Yo, what's up, guys? You should already know who it is by now. I am the one and only Mykell Mathieu, and today it is Tuesday, the final day of January, January 31st, and I hope you guys are ready because I am excited once again for this episode because you know what it is. These are the breaks.
These are the breaks.
These are the breaks.
You know what it is.
Hey, welcome back, guys. I hope you guys are ready because you know I have to talk about what went down in the NFL this weekend. So I hope you are ready for the NFL breakdown. And we're going to start with the game that had me very nervous. You know, as you guys know, I do belong to Chiefs Kingdom, but you know, I'm just a fan of the game of football, and we had a great one there at Arrowhead, which was called Burrowhead before by some Cincinnatians, but it's okay, Kansas City, because the Chiefs took care of business in a great game that went down to the wire. It was a back and forth game. It was a game that if you love football, you enjoyed it because you had the two best quarterbacks in the league by far, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, going back and forth. And, you know, it ended with some controversy for some, but it was just a great finish and great game. The Chiefs were able to take care of business, winning 23-20 in a game that they controlled most of the way until late, where it got really scary there. I have to give major shout outs to the Chiefs defense, man. If you listen to last week's show, you still have a chance. Make sure you go and check it out because I said it was going to be up to this Chiefs defensive line to show up and show out, and they did exactly that, sacking Joe Burrow 5 times when they couldn't get him to the ground when the Chiefs faced the Bengals earlier in the year, and Chris Jones with the play of the game. Everybody's going to talk about the penalty with Joseph Osai, the 15-yard penalty, which was the right call. But the play of the game was Chris Jones making the big-time play, the big-time sack late in the game, where it looked like Joe Burrow with the ball late in the game is going to have the final possession and go get you some points, and it didn't happen because of Chris Jones's third down sack. His second sack of the game, damn it, his second sack of his postseason career. He showed up and showed out. He had like 3 or 5 pressures to go along with it. He was the star of the game. And just that defense in total, like shout out to Spags, who did a great job. Who would have thought they were going to lose Snead early in the game, their best corner? Who would have thought they would lose their fastest linebacker, Willie Gay, in the game? And those guys found a way to make it happen. Jalen Watson, interception there in the second quarter, a big-time play that was needed. That rookie came and showed out. You had Williams there, Joshua Williams, who got the big late interception, with Brian Cook, another rookie, making the play on the ball. And it came down to that. Joe Burrow came in and he threw 2 interceptions, and I said it. It was going to come down to D-line play for the Chiefs and then winning the turnover battle, and they did exactly that and helped put them over the top because they had no run game. Pacheco struggled, but even though he made some plays in the passing game, and McKinnon struggled as well, but Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the league. And damn it, I will say it what I was saying for the longest. He is the greatest quarterback that we have ever seen on the field. He slings the ball like Dan Marino. He moves like Aaron Rodgers and can throw at these tough angles like Rodgers. And he can run the football in the way that he can read defenses. Is Tom Brady like the guy is next level? He is one of the greatest and probably the greatest all time already, but he still has to go get a ring. He played a hell of a game on that injured ankle. he lost everybody at receiver. Juju went down. Mykell, who just returned, went down. Tony went down, and the Chiefs still found a way to make it happen. Hell, he threw a pass to Marcus Kemp, who was just called up from the practice squad to make a play, and he's a special team guy. So I don't know how you can ever hate on this guy, Patrick Mahomes. He just knows how to ball, and him and Kelsey finds a way to make it happen. And I just have to give 2 shout-outs before I talk about the Eagles game with their big-time win. It's going to be the special teams because the Chiefs did enough on offense to play better than Cincy. Their defense outperformed Cincy's in their special teams. We know there in Chiefs Kingdom that everybody throughout the year has been on Sky Moore, saying keep him away from punt returns. He had a few muffs that cost the Chiefs earlier in the season, even cost them an L, you can say, against the Colts, but he made a big play in the game. Late in the game with the Chiefs' final possession, he got a 29-yard punt return to set the Chiefs up before Pat's pass to Pacheco and then his run, and of course we know the 15-yard penalty. And the butt kicker himself, Mr. Butker, he went 3 for 3, including the game-winning 45-yard field goal. It looks like he's back in his groove, but it was a big-time performance by the Chiefs, and they got over that hump by defeating the Bengals finally. So they're 1-3, and they're in the Super Bowl, and it's not the Bengals this year. So now I have to take you to the other game involving the California team, the San Francisco 49ers, and everything went wrong for them. It was an avalanche early. Brock Purdy only passed. He was 4 for 4. He was 100%, but that's all he can give you because he was sacked by Hassan Reddick, who had a hell of a game. 2 sacks, a fumble recovery, and a fumble force, and he was pretty much done. That elbow was wrecked. They had to go to Josh Johnson, and he wasn't ready to play. The Eagles came out. They ran the ball with multiple running backs, getting their numbers. Jalen Hurts wasn't great, but he made enough plays, and the Niners was just behind the 8 ball. Like when you're playing with your 4th-string quarterback, no one can really expect for you to win. I feel sorry for those Niner fans who flew out to Philly thinking they had a chance. Once that happened to Purdy, you knew it was a wrap. When they even had a chance, it was a fumble by Josh Jackson when it came to a basic snap in the shotgun, which led to another score for the Eagles, 21-7. I said, damn it. That's game. It was over right then and there. I didn't have to watch anymore. I knew how it was going to go, and it went exactly that way. The Eagles put on 10 more points, and they smacked the 49ers. You feel really bad because the Niners played a hell of a year. CMC probably gave you the run of the year in his touchdown early in that game. Kittle balled out. Debo balled out this year. Ayuk, it was a team that was ready to compete for a Super Bowl. But when you don't have your number 1 guy in Trey Lance, who's injured early, you don't have your number 2 guy in Jimmy Garoppolo, it is a tough time to beat a team like the Eagles, who has the number 1 pass rush this year, and they did their thing, man. So it's going to be a great, great, great Super Bowl. The number 1 seed in the NFC, the number 1 seed in the AFC. Hey, I am so excited for you, and that's my NFL breakdown for you because hey, we all getting ready for that Super Bowl. So let me move on to breaking all the rules. And I know some rule breakers out there. Don't break too many of the rules. But let me tell you who I feel broke the rules this past week. I'm going to start off with the technical foul that was given to my guy, Patrick Beverley. It was just a terrible, terrible call. He understood the Lakers were upset. Everybody in the world can see that it was a foul on the play. Why would you give this man a technical foul to one-up the Celtics going into overtime? It was just a terrible, terrible game referee there in Boston with that great. How could you ruin a game, referees? How could you ruin such a great game? But, they had to give him a tech, I guess. But the real rule breaker has to be the referee who was sitting right there looking at the call, but we're going to talk more about him later. Now we have to go to, once again, Joseph Osai, that everybody's talking about, his 15-yard penalty. And was it the right play? Was it the right call? Yes, it was the right call. First of all, it's a quarterback running out of bounds, and he was 2 steps out of bounds. I'm sorry, Joseph Osai. You just have to find a way to pull up and not hit this man. You end up costing your team 15 yards, and that was the end of the Bengals. So, Joseph Osai, you broke the rules. And then we have to get, the fallout from the play. You had him. He was very emotional on the sideline. He knew he made his mistake. But you can't have your teammates going into the locker room blaming that guy. One play isn't why you lose. Like, if you know sports, if you play sports, coach sports, you know that one play isn't the reason why you lose. He didn't call out Joe Burrow for throwing those interceptions. He didn't call out the run game for not doing what they were supposed to do. He didn't call out the defense to making stops when the Chiefs had their 4th and 5th receivers in the game. So for you to place that blame on Joseph Osai is you breaking the rules. And then the internet, they're going to have fun. They're going to go crazy. With me being a Chiefs fan, these Cincinnati fans have been talking crazy all week long, and all you heard was the refs this, the refs that, the refs this. Damn it, the refs don't play. The refs can make some plays, because even if I take you to the Lakers-Celtics game, I can't fully blame the refs, even though it was a terrible call, but you have to play the game, and it was a lot of plays that led to them losing that game. So guess what, Cincy fans? You have broken the rules, baby. So time to move on to my next segment. Break it or leave it. You got to tell me, are you buying or are you selling the NFL Pro Bowl? Does anyone like it anymore? What can they do to fix this? It's clearly the least appreciated of all all-star games in professional sports. I know that it's terrible. Everybody knows that it's terrible, but I think I know why, and some things that may be able to fix it. And make sure you guys let me know down below in the comments. Am I wrong or am I right? Are you buying or selling what I'm preaching? Break it or leave it, baby. So I think, number one, the NFL has to get the Pro Bowl back in Hollywood, in Honolulu, in Hawaii. If you want to get your star players to show up and play, you don't send them to Las Vegas. These guys go to Vegas anytime they want to. Take the Pro Bowl back to Hawaii. It's a great trip for the players. It's a great trip for their families so that they can go to Hawaii for the week, relax, kick back, and have a really good time. Do all of the fun things that they're going to do this year, like a flag football game, like a race, and all these different things. But having it in Hawaii was very fun for the players. They enjoyed it. And I believe you will get more guys to say, hell, I get an early vacation thanks to the NFL, and I get to, suit up and represent my team one more time before I go on my break. So that's the first thing they have to do. And number two, you have to put the Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl game, You want to see the guys who participate in the Super Bowl to be able to play in this game, especially the winning team. I'm just going to say, if the Chiefs were to win, you would love to see Patrick Mahomes. You would love to see Chris Jones. You would love to see Joe Tooney, Orlando Brown, Tommy Townsend, and all the Pro Bowlers from the Chiefs roster, if they win the Super Bowl, to get even more love there at the Pro Bowl, where they announce, let's give a shout out to the winners of this year's Super Bowl. I think they have to make sure they put it after the Super Bowl game, because everybody is focused on the Super Bowl. And it's a 2-week process. You have the Pro Bowl beforehand. I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care, so I know everybody else doesn't care, because they're only talking about what is going to happen in the Super Bowl next week. So, you guys let me know. Break it or leave it. What should they do with the Pro Bowl? Am I right? Should it be back in Honolulu and Hawaii? And should it be played after the Super Bowl? Hey, I'm working hard. I'm getting tired. I need a break, and I know you guys need one too. I'll be back with you guys soon.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss, raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
Welcome back. You guys know what it is. These are the breaks, and I am the one and only Mykell Mathieu here on this very special Taco Tuesday. It is the last day of January. I hope you guys take advantage of it, have fun, have a good time. Go and get you some tacos and, a few drinks. But, it is that time. I always got to talk my hoops, baby. So it's time for the Breakaway Report, where I take you to the hardwood. And first and foremost, I have to talk about what all NBA fans are talking about. And they are questioning the integrity of the NBA and their referees after the blown calls in the latest game, in the biggest game of the week last week, which was the Lakers-Celtics, the greatest rivalry in the history of sports. And you had some big-time mistakes from these referees, and you can look at throughout the game so many missed calls and so many bad calls that were called to have fans questioning what do they do to the referees. And for me, I truly believe that the referee crew should be fined. I think those guys should all take blame for it, because I said it. I can't remember if it was a week or 2 weeks ago that I am tired, like all fans in the NBA, of these referee reports that come out a day later that say, yeah, you guys are right. We missed these calls. We know you missed the calls. We were watching it. We tweeted about it. We posted videos on Instagram showing you this is a foul. This isn't a foul. And the NBA has to get it together. When you have possibly, to some, the greatest player of all time driving to the basket and clearly is fouled. When has a LeBron ever missed a layup that bad and he can't get a call late in the game? That is a problem, and it is not good product for the NBA. The NBA referees are really struggling this year. They're missing travel calls. They're missing carry calls. I think they allow the game to look like AAU basketball, and it's going to be on the officiating to get a lot of this stuff right so that it can make the NBA more exciting. There's an 82-game season. We know what the playoffs look like, but at once upon a time, you were just as excited to watch a regular season game as you are a playoff game, because you knew it was going to be officiated greatly and you were going to get great basketball. But you can't even say that no more. You can't even say it in the biggest game of the week, of rivalry week, Lakers-Celtics, because it was so many blown calls, even a call to cost a team a game. Shame on you referees there in Boston, and shame on all of you referees throughout the year, because you guys are struggling. But this is crazy, though, just to hear the story about one of the officials that was there at the Celtic game. His family is they're diehard Celtic fans. You see it on their social media pages. Shout out to our social media detectives. They go and find everything, and they found this guy's family and see that they're Celtics fans. And these same social media detectives also found that when he is a referee over any of the Celtics games, the Celtics are 32-2. So let's think about that. We remember the issues the league had with Donahue. So they need to really look into this guy when it comes to refereeing Celtic games, because maybe, just maybe, he might be a Celtic fan too. So this will take you more around the league here in the breakaway report. Luka Doncic had a hell of a performance last night as he scored 53 points against the Pistons as the Mavs won 111-105. That is his fourth of this year. That's his fifth of his career. He leads the league in 50-point scored games. The guy said it years ago, and we all didn't listen, where he said, yeah, it's much easier to score in the NBA. And he's clearly showing that game in and game out. He scored 53 points. His team scored 58 points, so you know that he balled out. And they need every point because they only won this game by 6 points. So shout out to Luka, who is doing his thing, who, you know, Embiid is on a surge, but Luka is once again going to be in that top 3 for the MVP voting. Then I have to give a shout out to a Los Angeles Laker, Russell Westbrook, in their loss last night to the Brooklyn Nets. He was able to join a very top-notch list. Russ is now top 10 when it comes to assists. He passed the great one, the glove himself, Gary Payton. He now has 8,967 assists. Up next for him, he has to catch Zeke, who has 9,061 assists. I believe that Russ is going to be shooting up this list very soon. But shout out to Russ. It was crazy because he came into the league, as people said, he's going to be a defender. Then he just showed he can score. Then with all of these triple-doubles, Mr. Triple-Double himself is now top 10 in assists. Shout out to my Luzinger brethren, the all-time great Bruin, doing his thing. Legendary career. We give him a hard time, but guys, we know first ballot Hall of Famer, and, you know, hopefully he can finish his career strong. Then I have to give a shout-out to my guy, Joe Mazzulla, who has surprised everyone with the play of the Celtics. No fall off from the loss of Ime Udoka. The team is balling. They have the best record in the East. They probably have the best record in the NBA. He is going to coach, Joe Mazzulla is going to coach Team Giannis at the All-Star game. Just what a performance from a guy that was looked at as an interim coach to what this guy is doing. He's coaching the green, and he deserves the green. He should be their coach full time. He should be paid some real great money. Such a young guy, and he's doing a hell of a job over there with the Celtics, keeping them going. So, hey, that's it there. That's there for the breakaway report, but I am not done. I have to keep it on the hardwood because there's no football this weekend other than, you know, the Senior Bowl, the East West Shrine Bowl, and then you have the Pro Bowl festivities that are going on. But I have to talk to you about the game of the week, the Breaks game of the week, and I got to go back to Luka. Luka is that guy. You have to enjoy watching him, the handles, the step back moves, the finishes at the rim, and he's going to talk his smack as well. And Luka is going to be going up against that man, the light-skinned wonder himself, Steph Curry, and the Warriors Saturday night on ABC at 5:30 p.m. Luka versus Steph, a game that everybody should have their eyes on. I am so excited for this matchup because you get two of the best point guards to go at it and two teams that are trying to make a move and surge up the playoff rankings in a wide open Western Conference. It's going to be some great basketball. The Warriors are trying to put it together and get on a little run, but they're going to have to deal with Luka and the Mavs, and it's going to be so much fun. And it's in Golden State, so it's always fun watching the Warriors in that crowd. And it's Saturday night. You don't have any great football game to be waiting for that weekend. We might as well all get our popcorn ready and be ready to check out this great, great game. But hey, I don't want you guys to leave. I got more for you. I got more to talk about you with the breakout with Mykell. So make sure you guys come back, baby. One more break for you.
Hi, I'm Renee Starms of the Starms Agency. Do you know why 97% of startups fail? It's because they don't have the proper exposure. So for the first time ever, Infinity Studios and the Starms Agency have come together to provide you with the Little Guys Big Marketing Package. Now, this is for local Los Angeles businesses who are ready to launch, relaunch, or simply expose their business to grow. With this package, you're going to receive 6 months of online and offline marketing tactics in a customized plan for your business. You're also going to get a professional TV quality commercial filmed in an 1,800 square foot studio with multiple screening options. So if you're ready to grow, go ahead and click that link. We also have financing available. I'm looking forward to chat with you. Click the link and let's go.
Welcome back to These Are the Breaks with your guy, the one and only Mykell. And it's time for you to break out with Mykell, where, I get to talk about what's on my mind, what's on my heart, what I'm feeling. And it's something that you're going to love, enjoy, and you're going to be entertained and informed from. First, I have to give a shout out. I'm wearing this hoodie for a reason, because I have to give a shout out to the ladies of the WNBA. Their offseason is going on, and you got some big moves being made here in LA. The Sparks are making moves. They have a brand new coach, brand new front office. They're trying to get themselves positioned to try to make a run at a WNBA championship. But they're going to be chasing the best team from last year that's in the Western Conference, who won the championship, who just added another superstar player. Candace Parker has signed with the Las Vegas Aces, joining Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, and Asia Wilson, the MVP, the best player in the league, giving them another player. What a cheat code. They're already the clear favorite before Candace Parker. Now you add her. It is going to be insane and tough for everybody in the W, but it's going to be very exciting basketball played in Las Vegas. So I know everyone who are big W fans are going to be keeping their eyes there. And if you aren't a W fan, what are you waiting for? If you love hoop, these ladies have it. Make sure that you guys go and check it out. Then I have to tap in with another superstar who is thinking about making a move. Even Kevin Durant is throwing his pitch to Breanna Stewart, a.k.a. Stewie, to join Sabrina Ionescu with the New York Liberty. It's a move that everybody's looking at. Is she going to stay with the Seattle Storm? Is she going to go to the New York Liberty? I don't know, but whatever she does, our eyes are going to continue to be on Breanna Stewart. But if she can go to New York and play in the Mecca with Sabrina and with that team there, that will be a great move, and that might be the favorite in the Eastern Conference to possibly be the team to match up with the Aces. So, Breanna, I would love to see you in New York, baby. But I got to talk to you more about the Super Bowl. It's going to be great because it's Black History Month that we're going to be celebrating. Rihanna's going to be there at halftime doing her thing. And then you're going to have the first time ever 2 black quarterbacks starting there. It is a big-time moment for the NFL, for the black players. If you know the history of the game, Doug Williams was the first black quarterback a long time ago to start in the Super Bowl. Now to have this, we have seen black coaches coach against each other, Tony Dungy and Lovie Smith in the Super Bowl. And now you get this. The NFL, there's been a lot of growth, and we love to see it. Damn. Now I'm waiting for us to see more black coaches and the first ever NFL owner who is African American. It is about that time. NFL, make it happen. However it can happen, we need to see it. But I am so excited for the Super Bowl next week, where I will be picking my winner. So I hope you guys tune in. I'm going to tell you who's going to win and how they're going to win. And it's Black History Month, baby. So make sure you take advantage of Black History Month. Go and learn more about black people, the plight of black people, because we're wonderful people and we love all of you guys. And it's going to be a great, great month. So I hope you guys are ready to enjoy this Black History Month. And you should come out of it learning something new about black people. I thank you guys so much for another week and joining me of this great, great show. These are the breaks. I am Mykell Mathieu. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, baby. I'm out of here.